Let's get it on. Let's get it on. If you know what I mean, let's get it on. Let's get it on, baby. Hey everybody, this is Brett. And today I was in town and doing some laundry and I was waiting for the laundry to dry, and so I took Chakra out to pee, and then I noticed that there was a little antiques place across the road, and so we went across there and went in, and we were talking about antiques and this and that for a little while. And around here people do tend to shoot the shit for a little while, and it's kind of nice, you know. I enjoy just sitting and talking with people a little bit. And there's a bit of time on your hands here if you're not buried in debt and having to work a lot. And I've told you how important this is. And so, you know, she asked me after I told her who I was, she asked me, you know, well, what's the most important thing for health? And, you know, and also like, well, what's the worst things for health? And I told her a few things, but I also told her, you know, that this is something that I can't just talk about in a few minutes. I could sit here and be talking with you all day long. And it's absolutely true. Because I've learned from listening to my mind and listening to my heart and my gut and my sexual organs, my whole body and my spirit, everything, and listening to the trees, feeling things, and knowing things. I've learned that there are just so many things. Some people will say to be positive all the time, and then if you're wanting to get out a bunch of shit, you know, if you're like pissed off about this or that, then they might think that you're a negative person. But it's absolutely true that you've got to get out your shit. And so, holding pent-up emotions is one of the biggest things. Being stuck in something or someone or some place, being stuck with a job, something, is a bad one, because you just feel it. Every Monday you get up and you're like, oh my God, how can I do this again? Same job or whatever. Or your spouse comes home from their job. Oh my God, they're home again. How can I do this? Or like that last place that I lived at. Oh my God, it's Mike mowing the lawn again. He just mowed it 2 days ago. Seriously. Anytime you're saying something like, oh my God, this or that, again, you have to start asking creation, asking yourself, going within to figure out how you can make a change and get unstuck. And sometimes you can only make incremental changes, little changes towards your goals. Sometimes that's good enough to get you feeling better to make it to your next day. You know, diet changes in the world we live in today, especially here in America, are a major deal. That's another one. And if you're eating bad foods, that's one of the worst things. If you've got a lifestyle that's not conducive to making your own healthy, fresh foods every day, that's a bad thing. I believe that not eating organic foods is also a pretty bad thing, because non-organic foods are grown with synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. in mass production in poor quality soils. All those things combined make conventional foods, non-organic foods, one of the worst things. And the different ones, like meats, would be the worst probably. And fruits, because the bugs like to eat fruits, and so they spray the shit out of them. And having a toxic job. If you have a toxic job, like your air quality is not very good, or you're being exposed to a lot of EMF, there's so many different kinds of jobs that can really, really be killing a person for one reason or another. Let's see. You know, pain, inflammation is just really a bad thing. And that inflammation can be caused by all of the previous things that I talked about. They all are connected. How much time do we have left? Oh, we've got lots of time. So inflammation can be a big, big freaking problem, because that causes physical pain, which causes all the other pains. And a feeling of, and this is another one of the big ones. Sorry, I just ate some coconut ice cream. Really good chocolate coconut ice cream. Okay, so one of the other things that can be caused by pain and a lot of different things is a feeling of distress, a feeling of despair, bad feelings of that I'm not going anywhere and it's just another day, or, you know, depression. That can be a really bad thing for health. That can take a person down, down, down fast. And so, you know, you got to do all the other things, because if you're not getting the right fuels, if you're not getting good fuel in your body, man, it's really bad. So the self-massage, going back one to the inflammation, the self-massage is so huge for releasing tension in your body, which then releases tension in your mind. And so the self-massage, and then followed by the stretching. This is one reason why my videos are so, so important in this world, and so powerful, and why I'm so freaking proud to be me. And why I need to really, really keep on keeping on, as many of you have requested. And so, yeah, doing that and utilizing herbs. Here's another one. People turning to doctors and drugs instead of turning to natural healing. Then they get caught up in that whole downward spiral. Holy shit, y'all. That is just a really bad one. My grandparents died. Half of the reason. It wasn't just because they owned a grocery store and they could eat anything that they wanted to, which was bad. And they did not know better. But then from that, they turned to the doctor. And you know what he gave them. And so then it just got worse and worse. And they died very, very terrible deaths. And that's part of the reason, another part of the reason why I do what I do, because I love them a lot. So, how much time do we have left? We've got a minute. I may have to do another take. On this def, on the higher def, it only lasts for 10 minutes and then you have to start it over. I could talk literally all day and all night. If you were sitting here with me, we could just talk and talk and talk, and it'd mostly be me. I'm sure it would mostly be me talking. But a chaotic mind is another thing. The world that we live in has expanded so rapidly with technology and knowledge that you could just sit and pack your mind full of knowledge and things and entertainment day and night. And a lot of people do that to the point of where their minds are just going practically berserk. And so the yin exercises are hugely important for people. And just even doing what I've done by moving out of the city, away from all the static electricity, all the excess EMF, and away from the all the houses stacked one right next to each other, and the municipal water and the poorer air quality. I mean, getting out into the country, if you can swing it, if you can get yourself, even if you're just somebody that wants to get healthier, I'm not even talking about somebody that has some kind of a chronic illness. I'm talking about anybody that wants to get healthier. If they can find themselves the social thing, and a lot of it you can get from your computer, Facebook, etc. I do a lot of that. I get a lot of my social thing from that and other ways on the computer. But also you need it in your community. You really do. And so you can't just move out into the middle of, most people anyway, cannot just move out into the middle of the Nevada desert and get any kind of a social life if you're at all progressive. Because people that live out there are not. And I've learned. Believe me, I learned. And if you can get yourself an online job, I think I may have told you, but I knew a girl at the last place that I lived at, nice girl, that worked for Apple. And she never went anywhere. She just worked on the phone, her own home phone for Apple, talking to people about technical support for them, your iPhone or your Mac computer, etc. And so, yeah, it's just not easy to maintain your holistic lifestyle and move to the country. But if you can, oh, that's a huge, huge thing for your health. Because you can just go outside and breathe. You can learn, like I'm doing right now, you can learn to breathe again. Seriously, I'm like retraining my mind and my body to breathe. Actually, it's not even retraining it. It's actually breathing. For the first time in my life, I don't have to be afraid subconsciously to breathe. Do you know how big that is? When I get a shower in my little shower back there in the back of the trailer, it's spring water. It's not just well water. What I have here is spring water. And even though this trailer is not perfect because there's plastic and stuff in here that outgasses, it's not bad because it's an old trailer. It's a 79. And how much time do we have left? Oh, we got lots of time. Okay, so we're going to make this probably a 20-minute video because it's really important that you hear all these things. And so, as far as the monkey mind is concerned, I'm going to post a little clip at the end of this video showing you what I'm doing by just sitting. That I've learned from Mooji, just sitting and being in my isness state of being, which is that state that never dies, that goes beyond polarity, as far as we would guess, that we know. Or just simply keeping that turned off. Just simply keeping it turned off and not doing any technical anything. Just sitting quietly. You don't even have to close your eyes. Just breathe and look around. Sometimes I look up through the skylights at the sky or those trees, and so there are so many ways to heal. There's walking meditation. There's all these different breathing techniques. I never did that one before. I mean, you can make things up, okay? Be creative. Right now we're in Aquarius. I'm learning astrology. Aquarius, for those of you that don't know, is the king of all the astrological aspects or signs. And Aquarius is like on their own. They figure things out all on their own. Like an inventor, for instance. And I do have some things in Aquarius. Even though they're not in Aquarius, the 11th house is directly related mostly to Aquarius. And I have my sun in the 11th house. I also have Jupiter's the biggest planet in the 11th house that's directly connected to Aquarius. And also the house of friends. And exactly how that connects, I don't know yet, because I have not learned. There's so much to learn about astrology. But in any case, right now, like, if you can figure out new ways of thinking, new ways of living, new things to invent or to do in your life, and be creative. Another thing that I'm working on right now that coincides with new and creative things is visualizing. When you were a kid, you learned about the word pretend. Imagine, or pretend, or visualize. I'll say those again. Imagine, pretend, or visualize. These are very Piscean, Pisces words. They're very powerful in regards to healing, because if you can visualize things that are really, really healthy for you, then you can actually create them. If you can pretend to be the child that you once were and tell the person that fucked you over what you think of them, you might really, really do some major healing. These imaginary things that you can do in your mind, either by yourself or with the help of some kind of a counselor, can be massively powerful for healing in so many ways. This is what shamans do. And shamans are from South America, the cultures of South America. They're not from Asia, although I'm sure that every culture has learned about the power of this visualization. But it's just kind of another one of the many advantages of being someone that lives in America, North America. We have people from all over the world. And when people, how much time do we have? We got a minute, and just over a minute. When people tell you that immigrants give us good things, I'm not lying. I'm telling you for real that the immigrants from all different cultures around this world have given us a lot of great things, because it's such a wide variety. It's like spices. My spices right there. See those bottles on the second rack down below the Green Star juicer? The more spices you have, and the more herbs, and the more you know about how to use them, the more we benefit. The more you benefit from your foods. But the same thing with all the knowledge from all the different people that have learned all these different things around the world. And so, I think that I will finish this video. Namaste. Today I was thinking that to make myself feel more important and to seem more important to people, that I should have a title before my name, like a prefix, you know? And so I was thinking, how about under, UNDR, like undoctor. But then I was thinking, oh, I couldn't really say anything to do with doctor because the FDA might get pissed off at me. And then I thought, no, the FDA won't, because now they've been dismantled by President Trump, which is kind of a good thing. But that maybe I just call myself under. And then I was thinking, no, that would be kind of conducive to like underwear. But I do kind of like undoctor. Do you like undoctor? Should I be undoctor Brett? Anyways, what it means is that I teach people how to avoid the doctor. Undoctor. And to undoctor you in so many different ways. Because people are so many people are doctored. They're all doctored up. And they need to be undoctored. So check it out. This is the natural state. This is the natural activity for a person to be doing, engaged in. This is the most natural, anyway, activity for a person to be engaged in. And I'm not talking about making a video. I'm talking about just sitting or lying peacefully. Now there are a lot of other things that people are doing at this very moment, right now. And I'm not even going to mention them. We all know what they are. But this is what I'm doing right now. I wouldn't really even call it meditating. I'm just being. I'm just being.